Welcome to predicting the Premier League race for Europa League as realistically as I can. Liverpool versus Tottenham I think is going to be a win for Liverpool. I'm saying 2-1. Current form Tottenham aren't looking great. Man United versus Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park is going to be a draw. And Newcastle versus Burnley away from home is going to be a Newcastle win 3-1. And Chelsea versus West Ham is going to be a 2-0 win for Chelsea given West Ham's current form. Up next then is going to be Tottenham versus Burnley. It's a win for Tottenham 4-0 at home. Man United versus Arsenal is going to be a win for Man United. I just think they're going to do something in this game. They're rubbish, but in the big games they do something. I'm saying 2-1 Man United. Then for Newcastle versus Brighton, I think it's going to be a draw. Actually, sorry, Newcastle win 3-0 at home. And then Chelsea versus Nottingham Forest is going to be a 1-0 win for Chelsea. Then we move into Tottenham versus Man City. I think Man City will beat Tottenham. I think it's going to be a 2-1 win for Manchester City. Man United versus Newcastle and Newcastle versus Man United. I'm going to say a Newcastle win. Just given current form, I could just see them upsetting us. I think it's going to be a 2-1 win for Newcastle. And then Chelsea versus Brighton. I do think that Chelsea are going to get a draw against Brighton. I think it's going to be a 2-2 draw. And then we move into the final game of the season. Tottenham versus Sheffield United is going to be a win for Tottenham 5-0. Man United versus Brighton, I do think is going to be a win for Man United. I'm going to say 2-1. And then Newcastle versus Brentford is going to be a win for Newcastle. That's going to be a 1-0 win. And then Chelsea versus Bournemouth, I do think it's going to be a close game. I really do, because Bournemouth are very underrated. And I'm going to say it's going to be I'll say a draw, 2-2 draw. What do you guys think? Do you think that's realistic? Who do you think is making Europa League?